Hey, what's up, boss? How you doing? Today, we are going to drive the 2019 Silverado Custom Trail Boss Edition. That's why I'm calling you boss. I did a video prior to this that talks about the equipment difference, right? The different options and about what the Trail Boss has, suspension, things like that. It's in the link below in the description, so you can click that and you can check that out. But today, we're driving. We're gonna drive this truck right now and we're gonna check her out. This one is a double cab, which is the smaller back seat. It of course has the standard bed. And again, the big thing with this is the Trail Boss is a 2-inch lift kit from the factory. And I gotta tell you, just when you're in it, it really has a commanding feel from the driver's seat here. You know, it feels big and it feels very roomy. And I know the vehicle is roomier pretty much in all directions. It has more headroom, more shoulder room, compared to the previous generation truck. It also has more legroom in the second row for the crew cab and better knee clearance in the double cab. General Motors with this, in my opinion, did a fantastic job. Even if you don't get a Trail Boss, the truck looks like a truck. You know, one of the things I always felt in previous generation Chevys is, you know, it's not as big. It's like you buy a truck, you want a big, bad truck, right? Well, this is the one. So let's go for a ride. First thing we're gonna do, we have a lot of salt up here. We're gonna use our front washer fluid here. Let's get our window cleaned off. Let's hit the road. It definitely feels like a big truck, however it is maneuverable. Turning radius, you know, it seems okay for a truck like this. I've read some reviews where they say the turning radius isn't that great. Listen, it's a big truck, it does the job. The first thing I do when I go on a test drive with a client is I hit this bumpy road that's right around the corner here. It's a good suspension test. It's gonna show you what the vehicle handles like. And this truck can take some abuse as far as off-road handling, so I'm assuming it's going to do just fine. Because this is a custom, we are in the 5.3 liter V8 with active fuel management and a 6-speed transmission. And I can tell you what, right off the line, you can tell that this vehicle is a little quicker than the previous generation. And there's a couple good reasons for that. One is it's a lot lighter. So I know the crew cabs are about 450 pounds lighter than the previous generation. And 450 pounds is a lot of weight to reduce off a vehicle. So keeping all things the same and reducing by 450 pounds, you're gonna feel like you have a more powerful vehicle. And they did that by using aluminum in the vehicle. And they did it on the hinged portions of the truck, right? So your doors, your hood, your tailgate, things that can lighten the truck quite a bit, yet be easily replaced if they were ever damaged in some sort of way. The bed is still steel, you know, your fenders and things like that are still a combination of high strength and medium strength steel. All these trucks have dual exhaust, and I tell you what, it sounds good. It has a nice throaty sound when you're driving it. Let's hear a couple of revs. Not too bad, right? Sounds good. Sounds real good. Another thing General Motors really focused on with this was aerodynamics. And they did about 530 hours worth of wind tunnel testing. And the basic thing with wind tunnel is you want to get your vehicle very slippery going through the air, right? The more aerodynamic it is, the better fuel economy you're going to get. So this is, I think it's about 7% or 7.5% more efficient going through the air as far as a coefficient of drag than the previous generation truck, which is outstanding. And they did that with different features like air curtains in the front, which are going to help get the air in, around the tires and through the wheel wells and reduce pressure. There's also airflow arcs over the tailgate, which is again going to be designed to help airflow move around the vehicle in a more efficient manner. One thing I'm noticing as well is the mirrors are nice and big. It has a little spotter mirror as well, but a nice size mirror for both sides. So if you're doing any kind of towing or trailering, anything like that, you can really get a nice view of everything around you. And of course they have backup cameras. In this model, it's backup camera. It does have the guidelines for both you know, proximity to how far away you are from something, as well as a trailer line, which is one line directly to the trailer hitch to help get you lined up. All right, here's my favorite part. Let's do some merging in. Let's see what we got as far as acceleration. It definitely has good power. it takes off. It feels real light, yet it feels real solid on the road. I really enjoy accelerating on that corner there. You know, I take it up to like 55, 60, nothing crazy. But as you're accelerating into that turn, you can kind of get a feel of how the vehicle's gonna handle, and it handles very well. You know, I think all things combined, you take the aerodynamics, you take the reduced weight, you know, the steering, the handling, everything just, it's a complete package for a truck. It really feels nice going down the road. It's effortless to drive. I mean, you can kind of drive it with one hand on the wheel, no problem. I'm just holding a GoPro camera here to do the recording. And by the way, at the end of this video is a link to a video that I shot that shows how I'm recording while I'm driving. Because it can seem like it's a little dangerous, but really when you hold a GoPro, watch that video at the end of this one. It's really effortless, no different than holding a cup of coffee. Braking feels good. Everything feels great. The layout's very easy. You have your four-wheel drive controls here. You have all your headlights. Headlights are automatics. You don't have to really do anything with that. Windows locks. This does have cruise control. And then you have your climate settings and your, you know, your touchscreen radio. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You know, so a lot of good technology as far as keeping updated with cell phones and apps and things of that nature. See what we got as far as acceleration. That feels really good. Future video, one day I will take out an LTZ, or when we get a high country in, because there's a lot more features in that, so I'll kind of go through it as well. This is just a value-driven vehicle. You know, it gives you an awesome look, you know, with the stance, with the front end being all blacked out, the red tow hooks, the lift kit. It gives you a real nice look, but at a value or a budgeted price. You know, you're in the mid-40s before any kind of discounts or incentives. So what do you folks think? Do you like this truck, the new Silverado? Are you a fan? Put it in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about it. You know, I'd love to see what you think. I'd love to see what the ladies think, because I have a lot of customers, a lot of female customers that buy pickups, you know, and that, you know, they're pulling their horse trailers and using it for different things. I'd like to see what you ladies think. Do you like this new Chevy pickup? This part of the test drive is nice because you got some good turns. You can kind of get a feel for the steering. It feels very precise, like most Chevys do. You know, you make any little input and it immediately points the truck in that direction. You know, I'm really truly impressed with this vehicle. You got some extra grab handles here for the driver. There's also one for the passenger, of course. So if you're doing any off-roading or anything like that, you can hang on for your dear life. I'll tell you, I'm gonna be in the market for a vehicle in the fall, and I really want a Trail Boss Silverado. And I haven't made that decision yet. We'll see what happens when we get there, when my wife's current lease is up. I can see myself in one of these, and I tell you what, if I get one, I'm gonna buy it, and it's gonna be like when I had my Jeep. I'm gonna mod it out and make a ton of videos all about it. It's gotta sell some cars and save all the money, you know? Yeah, this truck definitely feels like it takes off quicker than the previous generation. Sounds good too. They do make a Corsa catback exhaust system for the truck through GM Accessories. I haven't heard it yet, but that's probably pretty awesome. But here we are, back at Schumacher Chevrolet of Livingston. I thank you very much for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the ride. If you're in the market for a vehicle and you're in the area, please stop on by. I'd be happy to help you out, show you everything you need to know about the truck. And if you're not in my area, listen, go to your local store, test drive and check out the Chevy Silverado, especially these Trail Boss editions. You're gonna love it. Have a good day.